being in Brazil, I think of the Amazon. We are not even close to the Amazon right now. We're in Sao Paulo, but every time I see trees or birds, I feel like I'm really close to...
Pelo menos ela foi sincera, né? E aí pessoal, como é que vocês estão? Tá começando mais um vídeo legalzão. No vídeo de hoje nós vamos ver aqui mais um vídeo de um casal gringo conhecendo o Brasil pela primeira vez. A gente vai ver aqui o que é que eles acharam do Brasil, as reações deles durante a viagem toda. Então se gostarem do vídeo já sabem, deixem o like, se inscrevam no canal, ativem o sininho das notificações para receber todos os nossos próximos vídeos e fazer parte dessa incrível família. Vamos ver isso.
Good morning, Wayfam from Sao Paulo, Brazil.
I'm Ashley, this is Josh, welcome to our channel.
We sold everything we had to travel the world, and now we want to share with you the way away.
So be sure to subscribe down below, give us a like, and hit that bell so you can follow more of our adventures.
Let's go.
Vamos ver como
Today
foi
we are
essa
super
viagem.
excited to be in Brazil. It's our first time in Brazil. It's our first time in South America.
I can't believe we're here.
And to start things off, we're going to learn the secrets of Sao Paulo, and we're going to take a walking tour. Link is in the description if you want to check it out.
Yeah, it's an Airbnb experience, something that we just started doing, and we've had great experiences so far.
All right, let's go see what Sao Paulo has to offer.
Eles vão tentar desvendar os segredos de São Paulo. Vamos ver.
We're starting in a very important cathedral here in Sao Paulo. It is the 4th largest neo-Gothic cathedral in the world, and the other 3 are in Germany, which is so funny because we were just in Europe. But it's so beautiful, and this tour specifically is historical, so I'm really excited about learning about the history here in Sao Paulo.
Specifically about Sao Paulo, the city was founded in 1544, and this cathedral was commissioned, I believe, in 1944. But it was only finished in like 1999, I think, so that was a long time.
That is the biggest group of people for a free walking tour I've ever seen. Our tour has 8 people on it, and that tour has like so many.
Worth the price of admission.
Yes. The first thing that I have learned, but I've never even heard before after being in a bazillion cathedrals, is that the Vatican is the one that decides to name a church a cathedral. So you start out as a church, they give you the title of cathedral, and they give you a chair to represent. I guess what cathedral means chair in Latin or something similar to that. I've never heard that before, no idea. I always just thought the cathedral was a cathedral, but I didn't know it was like an upgrade.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool. Is that like the seat where the Pope or the Cardinal would sit
Cardinal,
when
I
they
think he
visit?
said Cardinal.
Okay.
He said that this is like one of the 5, like top 5 churches for the Vatican. Like the guys that are in charge of this church, they go to the Vatican to vote for the Pope. Like
Wow.
they're that important.
I had no idea.
No clue. I didn't know it was here in Sao Paulo.
Good on you, Catholics.
E algo muito curioso é que as igrejas católicas assim têm uma arquitetura bastante, tem arquiteturas bastante diferentes entre as igrejas, né? A arquitetura exterior, mas o interior parecem bastante semelhantes. Mas em Minas Gerais, principalmente em Ouro Preto, porque eu já estive lá uma vez, as igrejas lá dentro são bastante... Quer dizer, de todas as igrejas de Ouro Preto são as igrejas mais diferentes que eu já vi, assim, as igrejas católicas, né? As de Ouro Preto são as mais diferentes, talvez, porque eles não remodelaram muita coisa, deixaram do jeito que foi construído, tá daquele jeito até agora, então é muito diferente, mano.
This is fairly central. For example, the zip codes over here are like 0001. Any other thing?
Just across from the cathedral area is this. It's a big shopping area. And our guide said that this is where you find all the cheap stuff. Not necessarily the best quality products, but all the cheap stuff. And if you want to come Christmas shopping, this is the place just across from the cathedral.
Being in Brazil, I think of the Amazon. We are not even close to the Amazon right now. We're in Sao Paulo, but every time I see trees or birds, I feel like I'm really close to.
Pelo menos ela foi sincera, né? Eu acho que muitos gringos pensam isso. Quando ouvem falar de Brasil, já pensam na Amazônia.
Amazon and I get so excited. I've never seen trees like this before. It's like the canopy.
He built a 3-floor house on the top of the building and moved in with his family. So there is a mansion on the top of this building that he used to prove people that it was safe to live there.
Uma das coisas que eu gosto em São Paulo é isso mesmo, tipo, essa mistura da arquitetura antiga com a arquitetura mais moderna, deixa São Paulo muito lindo. Caldo de carne.
Come to a very busy street to a small little spot to get some snacks and sugarcane juice straight from the sugarcane. She just put it in there and it came right out. I've never tried this before. You can't really get much fresher than this.
Did they add anything?
No, you can get it with different fruits and stuff, but we decided to just go all natural.
That's literally sugar water.
Yes. Oh, interesting. It's really earthy. It tastes kind of grassy, but
Literalmente açúcar, né? Não é literalmente água de açúcar. Literalmente açúcar, porque, cara, na hora de fazer açúcar eles colocam um caldo de cana, tipo, caldo mesmo, não tiram nada. Então, desse jeito que tá, é desse jeito que é usado para fazer açúcar. Então, é literalmente açúcar.
then really sweet. This is good. It's not like sugar water. It tastes more like, I guess it tastes natural. Whoa.
I've got a pastel de feira. This is
Será que não tem caldo de cana nos Estados Unidos?
bacalhau. It's a fish one.
It's codfish.
Codfish, you said.
Bacalhau.
Bacalhau, codfish.
12.
Oh, it's really good. It's like a pastry that's been deep fried. Super good. You could easily eat a ton of these.
This is like traditional street food.
Yeah, this is straight up traditional street food. So we're doing it right.
It's like the monastery in 1922. The city is surrounded by mountains on the north side. We're going to take the thing from that point. Like, this.
São Paulo. Meu Deus, essa vista, cara. Essa vista de São Paulo, meu Deus. Olha isso, cara. Olha isso. Olha essa cidade, cara. Sinceramente, olha essa cidade. Ah, São Paulo é incrível, mano. São Paulo. Se pessoas gostam de viver na cidade, se existem pessoas que gostam de viver na cidade, São Paulo, eu acho que amariam São Paulo, mano. Porque São Paulo é a definição de cidade. Caraca.
I'm struck by how huge the city is. I mean, in those shots, you can just see that this city goes on forever and ever. There's buildings after buildings.
Yeah.
One of the cool things about this tour is, as we mentioned in the beginning, it's like this secret tour or whatever. So we started at the cathedral, we went down to the crypt, and you can only do that if you know about it, because you have to buy a ticket. And
The lights were out.
Yeah, they don't
I had
advertise
to
it.
turn it on and it's like unlock it for us, which
And
was so cool.
we got to go out through the back streets. That was really fun. And now we're at the top of this building to finish the tour. And this is somewhere that you would have no idea how to get up here, even if you read a blog on it. You have to like go to the office. They only speak Portuguese. Yeah, you have to talk to security. You have to sign in and take a. So well worth it to go on the secret tour because you do all these cool things that you wouldn't be able to do otherwise.
Absolutely. These things I didn't even know
Yeah.
existed.
This one
Okay, we've been having issues with the microphone, so Ashley's doing an audio check for us, and she was insulting my mother.
You cannot leave that.
Yes, we're leaving that in.
You can't.
That's what she's laughing about.
Oh
She
my
insulted you, Stacy. Anyways, hello. We just got done with the tour. It is getting really dark out. That's why we have the lights on. That's why we look all yellow.
crazy.
It's like 6 p.m. now.
Yeah.
And
In England, we were above the equator, and so we were fairly north, and it stayed brighter longer. And now we're
seems to.
very south. And
Yeah.
6 o'clock. It's pretty much dark.
Yeah, so no more filming today because, you know, it's dark out. And we aren't super acquainted with Sao Paulo, so you don't want to be out at night.
Yeah, but we
had a
wanted
really
to
good time.
talk about like what our first impressions are of Brazil, because like we've never been to South America before, and I really didn't have that many expectations. I didn't know what to expect.
The only thing I know about Brazil is that everyone seems to tell us it's really dangerous.
Yeah.
If I'm
Olhem só o que ele disse. A única coisa que ele. A única coisa que ele sabia sobre o Brasil é que alguém falou para ele que o Brasil é muito perigoso. A única coisa. Isso é muito preocupante.
honest, like that's-
stereotypical things,
Right,
because
but-
that's what we've heard.
But then again, people have said the same thing about Mexico, like, oh, don't go to Mexico, it's
Yeah.
really dangerous. And we felt like no problems. But there's a big economic downturn recently, is what we
Yeah.
heard.
A recession.
Yeah, recession, there you go.
Yeah.
So that has something to do with it. So we don't know a whole lot about the political climate or the recession or about any of the supposed dangerousness of the area. We're just going to share our actual impressions of what we've experienced so far. We've been here for a week. We just haven't filmed. This is the first day that we filmed because we were like working the rest of the days.
Yeah, we haven't done anything in a week.
Except for that city tour we did
outside
just
of-
today.
Yeah, outside of our apartment.
Yeah.
And but the cool thing is, like, so first impressions of Brazilians in general is that they are so friendly and so nice.
Literally every single person that we've interacted with has been extremely friendly.
Yeah.
Even if they don't speak English.
Yeah, they'll speak to us in Portuguese like forever and really like really like animated, but we have no clue what they're saying.
So in some cultures, like if they speak to you and they recognize that you don't understand,
Yeah.
they'll move to like hand motions or different
like
things.
stop.
Not so far, not in Brazil. Like if they don't, like if you don't understand what they're saying, they'll just talk more. They don't get more animated. They don't use any more hand motions. They just continue talking and think, oh, maybe they're rewording it. I don't know, but they just keep talking and they hope that you'll pick it up. I guess.
And
I don't
really
know.
friendly, like so
Yeah,
really like
super friendly about
wanting
it.
to be helpful, but like so that brings us to the second part. Portuguese is freaking difficult.
Oh my god.
We've been to so many countries, and I feel like this is one of the most difficult places.
Yeah, okay, so
Places.
if you know me, I can sometimes pick up the language a little bit, enough to understand context and a few little cues.
Yeah.
And people say that Portuguese is similar to Spanish. Like if you speak Spanish, you can kind of understand Portuguese. We know Spanish a little bit, but I do not understand Portuguese at all. I can't pick out a single word when they're talking.
They are similar, but in the way that they're spoken.
Cara, eu também sempre achei o português muito similar ao espanhol e muitos brasileiros também entendem facilmente o espanhol, mas muitas outras pessoas que entendem espanhol, mas que não entendem português, têm dificuldade, muitas dificuldades em entender português, não sei porquê, mas eu acho que espanhol e português assim, são línguas bem similares, mano.
Spoken or said, it's
Like
completely different.
I'm like okay, like queso is the word for cheese in Spanish. We actually just bought some cheese and it looks like it's spelled queijo. Like that's what it looks like it's spelled. Like I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but it just hearing someone say queijo, I wouldn't know that they were trying to say queso.
Yeah.
You know, which is obviously a very American sounding version of the Spanish word for cheese. But you know, it doesn't compute.
And so we're in the biggest city in Brazil. I think Sao Paulo is the biggest city, I think, in South America.
I believe so.
And
it is massive.
it's massive. It's so big. And the other thing is
It reminds me of Bangkok. Because Bangkok just goes on forever.
Yeah. Well, like on the tour today, we went to the top of the building and you could just see
You couldn't see anything but skyscrapers.
everywhere. It's crazy. But what I was gonna say is that it's like a large city, a very economical city, but it seems that a lot of people don't speak English.
Yeah.
So we're like some people do, and they speak impeccable English.
Yeah, and they always say, I'm sorry for my English. And we're like, no, you sound great.
But after coming from Europe, where a ton of people speak English, aside from their first language, here it's been a lot more difficult to communicate.
Yeah, so here would be sort of like the New York of South America. And as you're going along the streets in normal everyday life, most people that we've interacted with don't speak English. However, we're in an area called Jardins. It means
Yeah.
garden, and it's sort of a nicer area. And pretty much everywhere we've been here, like 60 to 70% of the people we've spoken with speak English. But like the cashier at the grocery store doesn't necessarily speak English. Every cashier we've seen like 6 or 8 times now.
They always ask us something. And
Yeah, they always ask us, and we're just like,
I just said no.
yeah. Last time he was like blah 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 blah, and Ashley goes, no.
It's just, yeah.
But the coffee shop we go to, everyone speaks English.
Yeah, that's,
É aquilo que eu falei, tipo, São Paulo, por ser uma cidade muito grande, vai ser um pouco mais fácil de encontrar pessoas que falam inglês em relação a outras cidades, né?
true. Yeah, so those are like first impressions.
Yeah.
Like I think that after being in Brazil for a longer period of time, maybe our opinions will change.
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
our impressions will change. But from the very beginning, like, yeah, those are our impressions. And specifically in Sao Paulo, I think that it would change from place to place. Brazil is
It's massive. I heard someone say it was bigger than the U.S.
Yeah, me too. And I didn't know that
Okay, YouTube Warriors, is Brazil larger than the United States of
Yeah.
America? Because we heard that offhand somewhere, and I was
I
like,
heard
what?
it on a YouTube video that we were watching
Okay,
about
I've heard that before
the
too.
politics here.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. It's massive, but
It is. And like when you look to go somewhere that looks fairly close on the
Yeah.
map, it takes like a lot of hours.
well,
to
not
get
only
there.
that, but the map that most of us use in the Western world is like skewed to make certain places look bigger. Just the way they've drawn the map. I don't know if there was an agenda there, but it does it skews the sizes.
Yeah. Another thing, like specifically with this city, is that it's a big city. It's not a tourist destination. Like when people think of Brazil, they think of Rio, I think, and that is created around tourism. I think that they are
there's a lot of tourism
more-
there.
Yeah, more used to it. This is a working city, so when you
I think
visit
so.
Sao Paulo, you're getting people's actual lives. You're getting like an actual city where people are hustling and bustling and going, having lunch breaks and things like that.
Muito. São Paulo é uma cidade movimentada, as pessoas estão trabalhando, cara. Se você for pro centro de São Paulo, você só vai ver pessoas trabalhando. Realmente, parece que não é muito turístico em relação, por exemplo, ao Rio de Janeiro, porque o Rio de Janeiro tem várias coisinhas para os turistas fazerem, que parece que realmente muitas coisas lá foram desenhadas contando com o turismo, né?
So,
Mas também há muitos lugares para conhecer na cidade de São Paulo, muitos lugares legais, mas é aqueles lugares tipo cidade, tá entendendo? Lugares que estão na cidade. Já no Rio de Janeiro tem alguns lugares, já que o Rio tem um bioma meio diferente, cara, tem tudo no mesmo lugar, cara, então tem muita coisa para fazer.
it's a different feel.
Yeah, because there's certainly nice places, but they all feel like living and working places.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything that seemed overtly touristic or designed to just
Yeah.
really impress visitors, which I kind of appreciate. I enjoy that. We're not saying that's bad. It's
No.
just it's a different take on a city. Then again, we haven't seen a ton. This is first impressions.
Yeah.
Another thing that I have really liked is that, like every other place that we've gone, if it's either a little bit upscale or like a chain, they all have the Apple Pay or the Android Pay, so you can pay with your phone. Our credit cards have all worked fine here, pretty much everywhere. Most places take credit card. The bus, however, takes only cash, and you should have small bills.
Yeah, and so the
então,
bus and the metro are
calma.
the same.
Estava a falar de formas de pagamento. Cara, vamos ver esse vídeo de que ano? De 6 anos, tem razão. O vídeo é de 6 anos atrás, cara. O cara estava a falar de formas de pagamento, que aceitam cartão, aceitam aproximação. Realmente deve ter sido lá atrás, porque atualmente nem se fala mais disso. Quase todas as formas de pagamento você vai encontrar. Vamos terminar aqui.
Price doesn't matter where you're going on the
Yeah,
line.
$4
It's
real.
$4 which is about $1. So really cheap. But another option is Uber, which is also really cheap. And we were talking to our tour guide today, and he was saying that
Uber is the largest market, or Brazil is the
Brazil's
largest
the
market.
largest in
No,
Europe.
Sao Paulo is the largest market
yeah.
for Uber. Period.
because it's such a giant city, but like even the guys on the tour were saying they haven't waited more than like 3 minutes for an Uber to show up.
Yeah.
So it's a great way to travel around, and it's not dangerous to use Uber.
Right. I'd say on average we spent about $5 to $6 to drive for around 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah. If
So-
the public transportation is not in your area, Uber's the definite way to go.
Totally.
But public transportation, because it only costs $1 each way, is definitely the cheapest
So
option.
you can think about it, we'd spend $2 and twice as long, or spend
Yeah.
$5 and take less than half.
Yeah, so sometimes we do the math in our
Sometimes
head
we're
and
like,
we're like, it's worth it.
I want to go home. Okay, well, I think
Mas é verdade, em alguns casos, tipo, quando estão duas pessoas, sai mais em conta pegar Uber do que pegar um transporte público, né?
that's good for first impressions. Have you guys been to Brazil? Have you been to South America? What are your impressions of here? I'd like to hear from you guys.
Yeah.
Did anything we say strike you as like, whoa, that doesn't sound right?
Yeah, do you think any of our first impressions will change
Yeah.
later on? I'm curious if you think that as well.
Yeah, because I know like some places we go, like in Paris, people are like, did you like Paris? Were the Parisians kind of rude? And I was like, no, everyone was amazing in Paris. And people are like, really? So I wonder if it's like, no, I wonder if people are like, oh, people in Sao Paulo are really rude.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm curious.
Also, like the green of everything.
It's so lush.
I just love it. I
Yeah.
mean, that means it rains a lot because it needs to keep
Fair.
everything
It
green.
was raining today.
I just love it.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited to see more of the green and the water and like birds and yeah, so cool.
Well, as you can see, we are sitting on a lovely couch. We have an apartment that we've rented through Airbnb here. We will show that to you in a video coming up soon. But for now, we just want to sign off and say good night.
Boa noite.
Boa noite. Boa noite.
Boa noite.
Boa noite. I think it's boa noite.
Eles falando em italiano, espanhol, sei lá. E no final eles comentaram sobre como os franceses se comportam em Paris, cara. Se comportam de um jeito meio rude. Eu acho que já ouvi isso em algum outro lugar, que os franceses em França, meu Deus do céu, do jeito que tratam os turistas que não falam francês é muito diferente. Mas legal ver que eles gostaram de São Paulo, que eles estavam a falar aí bem eufóricos, com as expectativas bem lá no alto e realmente gostaram de São Paulo. Gostaram de São Paulo, viram que é uma cidade muito grande, não é só a Amazônia como ela estava a pensar. Mas é isso, foi um vídeo muito bom. Espero que tenham gostado do vídeo. Não se esqueçam de deixar o like, se inscrever no canal, ativar o sininho de notificações para receber todos os nossos próximos vídeos e fazer parte dessa incrível família. Até o próximo vídeo. Fui.